Push notifications. The content of
There
this
it
meeting
is.
is being sent to a third party. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Well, I think we might be on YouTube right now, Joey.
Well, let's go find
Let's
out.
see. Let me mute
Tippy
this.
tappy tappy over here. Let's go informed. If I wanted to find your YouTube channel, oh, I just have to type in go informed. Look at how easy that is. And it says you're live. That's awesome.
Excellent. And I am also going to go ahead and share this live onto my Facebook if that works. We'll try it.
Yes. Well, hopefully.
Um,
I'm
so I'm gonna
screenshotting
paste
that
that
because that
in
just
there.
looks so
Yeah.
cool.
So if someone is watching this later, you can just go ahead and skip like the first 2 minutes of this because it's
Yeah.
me and Joey
The
doing all
part.
the pushing of the buttons.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so I'll just kind of fill folks in while you're taking care of things. If you didn't know, it's Christmas time. We're on the 19th of December, so we're less than a week away from Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy Saturnalia, Happy well, it's the one from Seinfeld.
Oh,
Festivus.
Festivus.
Happy Festivus for those that celebrate, the three of you that celebrate that. And we're talking about Christmas time at the Disney parks, which is always a wonderful time. I have really great memories of Christmas time at Disneyland, and I'm just going to tell a really quick story from when I worked at Disneyland 26 years ago.
Wow.
Yikes. And so I worked overnight, and I would go to work around midnight and get off around 8 in the morning. And I remembered walking into the back lot. That was kind of like my main. If you went straight back from the castle and kept going straight back, there's a gate back there, and that's where I would enter from. And they would have, starting like in October, they'd bring in this gigantic, like 50-foot tall tree, and they would have this team of people that would decorate it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And then finally, like the day after Thanksgiving, they would put it on a crane truck and drive it all the way down and park it at Town Square. And I just loved walking in there and watching every day when I'd go to work, a little bit more progress, a little bit more progress, and then finally seeing the thing all finished right before they moved it. In fact, I worked the night that they brought it in, and they shut
Cool.
every, it's like, it's like a parade. You go to Disney and see a parade that come down from Small World and down through the Central Hub and down Main Street and everything. It was like watching that, but the only people watching, the only spectators are the overnight employees who are all wearing like blue scrub clothes, so they can get dirty and stuff. The facilities people, the custodial people, and we're watching this gigantic crane truck coming down Main Street, super slow, like a 1/10 of an hour, 1/10 of a mile per hour, like super slow. It took it all night, took all 8 hours or whatever to get this truck all the way down to Main Street, and then pluck it right down, and they secure it, and then that truck would drive off, and the park would open. And so yeah, it was really great memory.
That is just amazing. I mean, I guess I made a little list here. But when I left off of it, magic. It's what you just described is total Disney magic.
Yeah, yeah, and it felt like it at the time too.
I bet. I mean,
Yeah,
and so when would this have been? Because obviously it's not on Christmas Eve. So
right.
is it like it's before Thanksgiving,
It's
right?
no, it's well, yeah, they're working on it through October for weeks, through October into November, and then the Thanksgiving Day comes and the whole
Uh,
place is decorated in orange and pumpkins and and cornucopias and all this stuff. And then an army of people come in the night of Thanksgiving and rip all that stuff out. And they start. I used to believe that they would do this whole transformation in one night, but that's not how it works. What happens is they go and they pull out all the big stuff. They
mm,
bring in the big tree and they flip a lot of the orange and black stuff to green and red pretty quickly. But then they, over the course of the next week, 10 days or so, they're going in every night and then just taking on chunks of it and flipping it over so that by the time you get to like the second week of December, it's full on, Christmas decorated and everything's there. But yeah, they pretty much, you go on Thanksgiving Day, it's all pumpkins, and then you show up the day like Black Friday, and this is how it was 25 years ago. These days, I think that they tend to take a little bit more slower approach to transitioning that stuff, but I do think that bring the tree in pretty quickly after, right after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and it is
Um,
a huge tree. Well, you've seen it. You've seen the ones they have at Walt Disney World. It's the same thing. So, yeah,
yeah.
they're massive.
Yeah. Well, that is so cool. You had such interesting experiences working there. I'm super jealous.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, on occasion, I have these moments where I think maybe someday when I'm 70 years old, I'll go back and apply to be the guy who drives the omnibus up and down Main Street.
I
That would be
know,
a really
right?
great way to retire, in my opinion. Granted, that would mean that I don't live in Central Texas anymore, and that's a little bit hard to comprehend at this point. But yeah, I could see maybe someday if, if the stars align, I could see myself, going and working my golden years for a couple of years, just being there and being the able to spread the magic, just like I did 26 years ago.
Yeah. That's why you got to do it when you can, right?
Yeah.
Because that's my alternate universe too, is to be one of those ladies that does the turnstiles.
Hmm.
Yeah. To be that first person that lets people in the gate. It just seems
Yeah.
like that's a cool job.
That is a cool job. Yeah. And to see that every day, that look on people's faces, that fresh excitement that they have before they
Yeah.
before they run around and get exhausted and worn
Yeah.
out and they get beat down by the prices, the heat and the crowds. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to work that. I don't really want to get up at 4 in the morning, but to do that job, I would. I want to be the rope drop lady,
Yeah.
not the evening.
No. And the problem is they probably need more evening people. They got plenty of people who sign me up for the morning, right? But yeah.
Yeah. So, well, cool. So, I don't really have an order to this. I don't know if you have something. I know, I think I'm gonna let you kind of take the lead actually, because I've been to both Disney World and Disneyland during Christmas seasons, but not like actually on Christmas.
Mm.
And your family has done that really a couple times, right? In Disney World.
Well, we only did Disney World at once at that time of year, and we actually went for New Year's, but it
And it
was
was New
during the
Year's.
Christmas season. Yeah, so only time I ever did Christmas like at Disney was at Disneyland, and that was a long time ago. That was back in the 90s. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, well, okay. How about
But in 2019, we did go there over the Christmas holiday break. We were there for right after Christmas and over New Year's. I can actually share with you our schedule. I have it here. If I
Oh,
can,
great. Let's start with that.
yeah, let's see it. We'll pull that up real quick here. How do I share? Oh, I click the share button. They make it so easy these days. It's just great. All right, click share. You tell me if you can see this or not.
It's coming.
But
Let's see. Well, yeah, there it is. Okay, I
you
got
see
it.
all the colors. So this was
Yes.
December 29th, 28th. We flew in 29th, 30th, 31st, spent 31st we did not go to the parks that night. The reason was because Disney World does a rehearsal of the fireworks show, the New Year's Eve fireworks show, actually on the 30th. And when I found out about that, I thought, well, we'll do two things. We'll not go when it's super crowded on the 31st for everybody to go see the fireworks show on actual New Year's Eve, and we'll go the 30th, see the fireworks show with fewer crowds, but there were still lots of crowds. It was 10 out of 10. So,
Wow.
and then we'll take the 31st off to just kind of, and which was great because if you look on here, it says movie Avatar. So my daughter and her cousins had never seen Avatar. And so all four of the kids got in pajamas, got on the floor in the condo we were in, surrounded themselves with pillows. We put the movie on, and that's what they went to bed watching. And then the very next morning on New Year's Day, we went road dropped Animal Kingdom. The first thing we did was went to Pandora, and it blew the kids' minds. So that
Love
was really pretty
it.
great. So that's fun. And the other thing I want to point out over here is the resort tours. One of the cool things to do at Christmas time, and this is something like if you go toward Christmas time, but you don't want to necessarily go on Christmas Day to the parks or something, a really fun thing to do is to go to the different resorts because they all had,
Yes.
and you'll see on here, I have Wilderness Lodge, Contemporary, Polynesian. We also went to um, Yacht and Beach and the Boardwalk. I mean, like all the resorts have, and I'm sure you've seen them, Sue. They have these magnificent gingerbread house decorations, and they're completely edible. And
Yeah.
They're just, and they have like the rest of like they don't just have like the ingredients and like and everything that went into it. The thing that the ingredients is printed on is edible. I mean, how incredible is that? It's like it's on a chocolate bar and it's written in frosting. It's just really amazing. And so yeah, it's quite the experience to go at the holidays. And so whether it's Christmas or New Year's, yeah, I can't recommend that enough. It's pretty great.
Yeah, actually, I have a picture. Let me share a picture with you. I have a picture of that. So let's see. You're looking at my here's well actually so this is the can you see this
Oh yeah.
gingerbread house?
Uh-huh.
So this is the one in at the Grand California, and this is where she's putting it together because we were there at the part of the season in November when it was still all kind of coming together. But I have a picture of this is the one in the this is a little video.
Oh, that's
This is the
great.
one in the Grand Californian or the Grand Floridian Hotel in Disney World, and it actually has like smoke coming out of the chimney.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Like a little steam something or other coming out of there.
Yeah, and it's a store inside, and these people are lined up to buy gingerbread from in there. And
Yeah,
then
that's the thing they
here's
sell
the
gingerbread. Yeah, and cookies and
yeah, there's what's inside that house,
a
how it's made.
1,000 pounds of honey. Who does that? Oh, Disney chefs. Yeah.
I know, it's amazing. And how long does it take to make this? And I mean, it's crazy. And,
700
it looks
pounds of
like
chocolate.
this.
Yeah,
These are people. Like, that's the size of it.
that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, that was on my list too, was going to see the decorations in the hotels because and you don't have to be staying there. You
Yeah,
just to do it, you can just go check it out. And at Disneyland, the Grand Californian, I think, is the one that's really got the big gingerbread house.
yeah,
But at Disney World, like a lot of the hotels have that.
yeah. I probably have pictures of it too. We never made it to the Grand Floridian, but the beach club had like a gingerbread chocolate honey flower egg white carousel where the horses and the poles and everything on it was made out of edible stuff, and it spun around like a carousel. It was incredible. Yeah, it's so you don't want to miss any of them. You want to go and see them all. They're pretty great if you
Yeah.
can.
And buy some gingerbread too, because it's what gingerbread should taste like.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we did that at
delicious.
the Contemporaries where we bought gingerbread because you can't buy it everywhere. You're just gonna be like, I'm
Yeah.
so full of I'm so done of gingerbread, but it's not cheap either. But we
No.
finally got to the Contemporary, and the kids were like begging for us to get them some
Well,
gingerbread, so we did.
the whole place smells like gingerbread because of the gingerbread house in there.
Huh.
And even if you're not a big fan, like it's gonna make you want some.
Yeah,
So you
what a
have to.
clever way to sell it.
Yeah, $10 gingerbread man. Although they're pretty big, but still.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah,
can I share something with you? I don't know if
yeah,
I've ever
totally.
played this for you. I'm gonna share my screen. This is something else to consider if you're taking somebody to Disney or really anywhere fun, but especially Disney this time of year. Can you see this picture here? My
Yeah,
daughter, there's
yeah.
Christmas tree, there's the dog, of course, the dog bed over here. But this is her opening up her Christmas tree. Before I play this, I just want to preface this. So she was at her mom's for Christmas. She comes home like the 27th, and immediately we were like, okay, your grandparents are here. Let's have Christmas morning. And as you could see, like there's no presents under the tree because she's literally open. There's her boots, there's her socks, there's her
Right.
outfits and toys and all the different. There's like an iguana on the dog bed. I don't know if that's hers or the dog's, probably the dog's. But there's books and there's DVDs. There's stuff all over strewn all over the place because she's gotten everything. She's opening her last present. And when she came home from her mom's, we refused to let her go to her bedroom. We were like, no, you can't even go to your room. Just drop your stuff and let's go open Christmas. And the reason was we had already packed a bag and it was sitting on her bed, and we didn't
Oh
want her
my
to go in her bedroom going, why is there a piece of luggage on my bed? So she's opening this up, and it's a gift card, a $50 gift card to Disney. It's a
God.
Disney
Uh-huh.
gift card. And she's like, well, why do I have a thanks for the gift card? And we had just gone to Disneyland 6 months earlier.
Oh
And
wow.
we're the kind of family that goes like every 3 years.
Yeah.
And so this is it dawning on her that not only are we going soon, but the bag is packed and grandpa is there to actually drive us to the airport. And we have like 90 minutes to clean we cleaned the entire house. We put the Christmas tree away. We put the decoration. We like did everything and then got in the car and immediately went to the airport. And so and this is her going, wait, what? I don't fully
Wait.
understand what's going on here. I think what you're saying is we're going right. Yeah, there's a smile on her face. Wait, we're going right now? No, you get out of here, you guys. And we're like, we're meeting your cousins. We're going to Disney
Oh my
World,
God, I love this.
and we're leaving right now. Like you have a bag packed. Like we've already packed for you. You don't. You just have to help us pick up the trash and clean up the. Look at her. She falls over. So
That would be me. I would totally be that person. I would probably be. Yes, it's a little overwhelming.
yeah, I think she was pretty overwhelmed. And honestly, I don't even know if she even remembers the moment because it was one of those times where it was just like, you got to be kidding me. She's just like,
It's like,
you got it.
okay, we're doing this now.
She's like, are they taking us? She's pointing at
Yeah,
her grandparents.
she's
They're like,
like,
nah, they're
what
just taking us to the
logistically,
airport.
what's gonna happen now? Oh my gosh, that is great.
So I was just so glad I filmed it because she's just like, this can't be real. This is, at one point in your life, you should gift somebody something that just makes them go, I can't even believe this is happening to me. It's just kind of, it's core. It's one of those inside out core memory kind of moments.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that's such a magical thing to do for someone is just be like, no, you don't have to do anything. Just come along. We're gonna go have fun now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to look at one more thing here. So this is 10:12 a.m. according to the timestamp on the phone that took the video. And then uh this says 1:36 p.m. So that's how fast. I mean, like just in no time at all, we're down at the airport. Yeah, it says 1:36 p.m. So, and
Wow.
it's on the 28th. So yeah, so it was that fast. Yeah.
Ugh. It's just so great.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, I have given my daughter a trip to Orlando before for Christmas, but it was a trip we were kind of already going to do. It was like in the spring. So what I did is I decided to make it a
mm,
surprise and wrap it up under the tree. And so I got like the Burn Bombs book and I don't know, some little things, some stuff to have in the park. And I wrapped them all up and put them under the tree, and that was her gift from Santa that year. And
yeah.
that was really fun. It was really hard to keep it a surprise, actually.
It's so hard. It's like the hardest thing I ever did. We got our tickets in August.
Yeah,
And it was, and my
that's a
brother
long
and
time.
sister-in-law, they did the same exact thing with their kids. It was all we could do. And there were like 5 times where it almost slipped out. We'd be on a call, we'd be on voicemail, and somebody would start to say it, and somebody else would be like, "Ugh, oh, can't, I don't know what you're talking about, but don't talk about it anymore because I don't know what you're talking about. And we can't talk about it." The kids are like, "What are you guys doing?"
Right, exactly.
It's so
God,
hard to keep that a
parents.
secret. So hard.
Yeah, I know because let's face it, it's a present for you.
Really, if I'm being honest.
I know. I'm like, I'd really like to go take Jordan to Orlando this spring. How about that's our present, her present? My husband's like, well, I guess.
That's so funny. Because, let's be honest, you were going to do it anyway.
I
So
think that's kind of true.
you
Just
might as
need
well
to
make it fun.
justify. Yeah.
Here's that tree, by the way. And for people who've never been, might actually stumble across this YouTube video. I'm not joking when I say that tree is like 50 feet tall. It is massive. I mean, look how tiny these people are down here, and look at how tall that tree is. And they're like in the foreground from that tree. It's crazy.
I know. Yeah, I have tree pictures too, and like every park has a tree, at least one that's as big as that. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, and then the decorations down Main Street especially, it's just this like fantasy Christmas, you know?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And and of course people are taking pictures of it as they're walking down, but it's like I was taking pictures walking down, I was taking pictures walking back.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
here's the bus with
Oh
the tree in the
yeah.
background,
That's a great shot.
it really tells you a story of the time of year and where you are, and yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, so another thing in those pictures is making me think of that I had noted is actually that time of year weather-wise is a good time to go.
It really is, especially
It's
Florida.
Yeah, especially for Florida. California can be a little more like hit or miss with the weather, but usually it's pretty good there. And in Florida, it might be cool in the morning, but it doesn't get too hot. It doesn't usually rain.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, look, the
eh,
kids are wearing t-shirts in
yeah,
shorts.
exactly. And another thing is that if you don't go at New Year's and you go like in one of those in between weeks, there's no crowds. This is a
Mm-hmm.
weird thing. December's weird. Like the second half of December is going to be crowd level 10 out of 10. The
Hmm.
first half, like 3 out of 10. So, for things like the main challenges you have in the summer, you can actually avoid that if you go during this holiday season.
Yeah. Yeah, and that you wouldn't think it. You would think that all of December would be crazy, but people are kind of traveled out from Thanksgiving, and then they're kind of saving up for travel during Christmas. So you go that second week of December, yeah, it's going to be pretty great.
Yeah, it's a real sweet spot. When I went to Florida during that time, it was the first week of December, and it was actually like I got there like on the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and I was there during the week that first week of December. And so it just got less and less and less people the whole time and more Christmassy.
Yeah, every day,
Yeah,
just a
every
little
day
more
it's
Christmassy.
a little bit more showing up.
Let's see if I can find some more Christmas in here. Of course, you had to put the kids in stocks because, why not?
Well, you might as well.
Oh, yeah, here's a great example. And I don't know if it's so yeah, so here's the Jungle Cruise
Oh
has the
yeah.
Jingle Cruise and a lot of the
Oh yeah,
signs,
right.
they've got like palm leaf Christmas trees and little, all the skippers write letters to Santa, can you give me a compass for Christmas? I feel lost in the jungle almost. I mean, it's like you could spend a whole day just taking pictures of the decorations just at the Jungle Cruise alone, and it's pretty great. It's so much fun to just, here's Skipper Carlos, here's my Christmas list,
I
vacation
love
time to
this.
somewhere civilized, a baby hippo, right? Clean socks. By the way, if you have a hiker in your family, clean socks, hiking socks always a good thing. Things you hate as a kid, but love as an adult. Anyway,
Right.
so yeah, I don't know if I have pictures of the boats, but even the boats are they've changed the names to have Christmassy themes,
Oh,
Jingle
that's
Cruise.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
that's,
don't have that at Disneyland. They have other overlays, but they don't have the Jingle Cruise.
I mean, look at this as like a Christmas tree, but made with like bamboo
Oh,
boards
that's
and
cool.
coconut shells and silliness. So yeah, and everywhere you look, there's something really funny and clever and cute to look at the Jungle Cruise. You wouldn't think that, right? You wouldn't think the Jungle Cruise. You'd think anything but. Here's an example.
Right.
So mistletoe Millie, you know.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I don't think I got any others, but yeah, I was trying to focus on my family, but still having a great time with it. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
I
here's
mean,
the see if it comes in focus here. So this
right.
is the gorilla with the Santa hat, and the little monkey down here, the other gorillas,
And
he's
the
got a scarf and
presents.
just, yeah. It's
I know it's just it's like a whole bunch of Easter eggs basically. Like you need a second glance to even notice some of it.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like things like Big Thunder doesn't have in it, but Jungle Cruise does. It's so you would think a Big Thunder they'd have, something, but it's just it's good that it's not everywhere,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of rolling through my 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 journey here. You're getting to see everywhere we went because naturally you got to take pictures of everything.
Well, of course.
This is let's see. So we went to eat lunch at Crystal Palace.
Oh, cool.
It was my wife's birthday that day, so this is where we asked her,
Oh,
"What do you want?" She goes, "I want to have lunch with Winnie the Pooh and all of his friends." And you can even see that it's not it's somewhat it's really like it's Friendship Day celebration like year round there. So, but they did
okay.
have some Christmassy things in there. I'll see if I can find them. I don't know if I have any pictures of that stuff, but obviously Eeyore and Tigger and Pooh and I think Piglet came by the table at one point. So tons and tons and tons of pictures of yeah, there's
Oh,
Eeyore with all
oh, I love Eeyore.
yeah, so that was really a lot of fun. And then the server came by and took a picture of all of us, so that was really nice. And yeah, this is fun stuff here.
So cute.
So here's an example of something Christmassy. They have
Mm,
a regular, floral decoration, but then they stick a striped hat on Pooh and Eeyore and put some poinsettias around, and all of a sudden it's
yeah.
Christmas themed.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to do too much. It's already so decorated in these places.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
little
garland.
garland.
I'm sure there's a statistic somewhere about how much garland Disney owns.
I'm sure
You can
some
probably
bloggers got it
circle
on there.
the earth a few times.
One thing I would not recommend is going to a place like the Crystal Palace where it's all you can eat buffet and then having a fast pass for Space Mountain. Not something I recommend at all. What a
Did you?
beautiful day though. Look at that.
I know. See, the sky is so blue. That's how I can tell. Because there were years where I went to Orlando at least once a year, but at different times of year. And I can tell easily whether it's summertime or wintertime based on the color of that you can see the sky.
Yeah, yeah, the fact that you
Summer's
can even
always
see blue.
cloudy.
Yeah.
Winter has really pretty blue skies.
Did you know about these drinking fountains?
Where is that?
That's in Tomorrowland.
Oh,
And over by Cosmic Rays. And I once I found one, I started seeing them everywhere. So we just kept our water bottles, and when we drink them, I told the kids, "Don't throw your water bottles away. Let's just find a fountain and fill them back up." So we started doing that on every trip and everywhere we went. All right, so here comes. So this is the 30th. Now the
oh,
plan
cool.
was to be at the castle to watch the fireworks show, but we ended up being on the Tomorrowland Speedway. And what was great is that when they do the New Year's, I don't know if they do this at 4th of July, but I know when I know now because I was there. When they do the New Year's Eve fireworks, it's not just behind the castle. It literally surrounds the entire park. And
Wow.
so we are taking I'm on the Tomorrowland Speedway and we're driving around and I've got the camera pointed at me and I think at some point we just stopped and started taking pictures because they it was literally just erupting with fireworks in 360 degrees from where we were. Like everywhere you looked there was fireworks in the sky, there were jets of flame shooting up from the ground all around us. It was really pretty incredible. I don't know if I have video of
That
that at
is
all, but yeah,
amazing.
it was like all over all around us. So this is just getting off of the Tomorrowland Speedway, and there's fireworks just like the whole sky is just lit up with fireworks all around us. That was
Wow.
pretty great. So we were kind of like, okay, well that was even better than going and waiting for hours at the castle to catch a show. We just caught it all right there.
Totally.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
And you sent me a video the other day of the speedway with the Christmas lights and stuff
Oh yeah.
in the like
I
you
wonder
can
if I
drive
could see
around and
that.
look at Christmas lights in the Tomorrowland Speedway. I love that.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know if I have. But yeah, I seem to vaguely remember there being, and I didn't even, yeah, you could see lights in the,
In the
there's lights in
in
the
the
bushes and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, one more little tiny, almost imperceptible little thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that picture and I shared it with you because I knew we were having this conversation today. There's my nephew bouncing around. I think my sister-in-law filmed that. But, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh, so fun.
just kind of fills you with the Christmas spirit. Of course, I had to go to Starbucks and
I mean,
get
you
that. Oh,
have to.
and of course, and Christmas
Oh,
at
even in the Carousel of Progress? Oh, it's a Christmas scene
it's
always.
a Christmas scene always. Well, it's certainly at
Right.
the very end, right? The last little room is always
Mm-hmm.
Christmas
Mm-hmm.
morning and stuff. And so yeah,
Right. I didn't think of that.
so you're on the ride. It's sort of like stands out because you're like, oh, of
Yeah,
course,
it's
here
actually
I am.
is Christmas time.
I guess we had a marching band march by. I don't remember that, but there was a lot to cram in from that trip. One of the things so I remember, I think it was this. Oh, you know what? These are pictures from my in-laws because my wife got exhausted around 9 o'clock and was
Mm.
just like, "Oh, here I am. I'm still there." The castle all lit up,
Oh, yeah,
with
the good.
icicles and stuff for Christmas time. How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
But she got tired and wanted to go back to the room. This is what I wanted to show you here. And this is something they don't do year round. This is a really
Oh, there's
particularly,
snow.
yeah. And so that's my daughter just walking down Main Street, just loving every step because she's completely surrounded by snowflakes as they fall down all around us. But yeah, how cool is that, right?
Yeah, I love that. I experienced that in Hollywood Studios. They
Hmm.
do it too over by on that sunset, I think it's called by Tower of Terror, like on the road that goes down towards there.
Yeah, yeah,
They have
Sunset Boulevard.
snowflakes. Yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah. So it's again, it's one of those things you're not going to get unless you go there that time of year, but
Mm-hmm.
and here's things lit up at night, just
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm so glad that I had the frame of mind to pull my phone out. Look at how beautiful that
That's
is. Look at,
gorgeous.
the lights hitting the
Yeah, look at
snowflakes
the
coming down.
snowflakes. We
Yeah.
just need that guy to move
Yeah.
that's in
I'll just
front there.
I'll just take him out with AI.
Yeah.
This was pretty great. So it was my wife's birthday. We mentioned it to the barista as we're checking out at the
Oh,
Starbucks there on Main Street, and they gifted her white mocha
that's
and wrote happy
nice.
birthday on it. How great is that? It was pretty neat. Like, that was one of those little like they didn't have to do it kind of things. Like we weren't expecting it, but they did. You could see like kids are always exhausted at the end of
Oh
the
yeah,
day.
that's a long day you guys were having.
Yeah, try to get a picture with the tree and we tried to do that at all the parks. That is not easy to do. You really kind of have to get away from the tree and
Yeah,
because
I
otherwise you're just
agree.
getting a portion of it, right? You
Yeah,
can shoot it with a panoramic, but then you're not looking at
it
the
gets
camera
all
while you're doing it, and
distorted. Yeah.
yeah, it comes out all bent. Yeah, exactly. These are my in-laws. They stayed later in the day. They stayed until the park
Oh, it's
closed,
pretty.
but it was Cheryl's birthday, so I was like, okay, it's your birthday. We're gonna
She
go.
gets to decide.
We're gonna go do what you want to do. But yeah, here they are walking down Main Street filming in the snow and having a grand old time. Look at people are dancing. They got actual cast members out there getting people to dance to
Yep.
the music that's playing. That's pretty awesome.
Mm.
They went and did a bunch of stuff after we left. They went over to the Rapunzel thing with the lantern and did that without us. They went and did all these things that we've never done before.
Wow.
But they took pictures too and had a blast, so it was good. Look at that.
Oh,
December in Florida, the kids are getting. Yes, here's the
yeah.
Rapunzel.
Oh, that's so. I've never seen that before.
With it's in that little courtyard back there
Hmm.
and behind the castle, and they have all the lanterns already there, so they just hand you one and the
Oh my
cast
gosh, what
member
a
takes your picture.
beautiful picture.
Yeah. This is us going to this was at the boardwalk. And so
Okay.
there's
Oh
there's
yeah,
like a
look at
little
this.
yeah. So this is one of the little gingerbread displays and I mean it's the intricate detail
Yeah,
is incredible.
it is.
And there's a little Mickey Baker over here. So this is really clever. This is the bakery where they made the gingerbread houses for the boardwalk, made into a miniature of the bakery that they made the miniatures for the boardwalk. Anyway, so it was pretty clever. Boardwalk's one of my favorite places to go, and it's really close to Epcot, so we enjoyed going over there. And we went and took the Skyliner because that was
Oh yeah.
brand new. It just opened up, and so we went and took the. I think it opened like in September, and so they had no idea that it was even there. My in-laws. So I was like, well, let's go park over here by this golf course and meander over to this resort, and maybe there'll be something new we can try. So we went and
Oh,
tried out
funny.
the Skyway. That was fun. Took it down and played with the Radiator Springs characters they have down there at the Art of Animation, and got to hang out with Lightning McQueen and
That's fun.
ride it back right at
Oh,
sunset. And
that's lovely.
yeah, it was fun. So this is the carousel I was telling you about
I
because
thought
we
that was an actual carousel when it was just the little thumbnail. Oh my gosh.
so it only has like three horses or something, but and I think it has a sailing show. No, it's
Only.
four horses on it, but it's entirely made out of edible stuff, and even in this
That's
the little
incredible. Oh
board,
yeah, there's
this
the
I was
yeah.
telling you like yeah, they made that out of like chocolate
Uh-huh.
drizzle, and they wrote down like all of the ingredients and stuff. How crazy is that? I thought I had a video. Oh yeah, okay, here's a quick video, just 12 seconds of the carousel actually like in motion.
It, the thing is like it must be so hard when you have to when it's over and they have to take it apart because it's like so
Yeah.
much work.
Yeah. Well, and I can't imagine that I mean, I wouldn't eat something that's been sitting around a hotel lobby for 4 weeks,
No,
but
I think
the
it's
temptation's probably
compost.
there.
Maybe some very lucky pigs or something get all that stuff.
That's, you're probably right. Yeah, I had to get a close up of that because I was like,
Yeah, look at that.
20 hidden gold Mickeys. I mean,
Oh, yeah. You could spend like half a day just staring at that thing, I bet.
it's really
Man.
incredible. And again, trying to get another tree. This is a New Year's day. Going to Avatar, rope dropping, letting the kids see Pandora for the very. This was my first time to Pandora. We had gone in 2017, but we went in March, and Pandora didn't open up until May.
Mm.
So walking in and getting my first, impression of everything, and we walked when they rope drop, they walk you essentially from the gate all the way up into Pandora and right down in the queue line. So I'm just literally walking and snapping, and because I can't stop. If
You
I
can't
mean I'll get
stop.
run
Yeah.
over by 1,000
Right?
people if I
You
stop.
lose your spot.
Yeah. So we went and rode Flight of Passage, and I think we had a fast pass for Navi River Journey, so we went and queued for Flight of Passage, and then went and did Navi another time. Oh, there's some. They don't have it anymore, but Dinoland even had decorations, Christmas decorations. Um, I'm excited about what they're going to be doing with that in the future. With the
Yeah. Oh, I have a picture of that too, actually, in my little album here. I'll show you after you're done. Yeah, I know because they had some cool decorations back there, and now it's all going to be gone.
yeah, but they'll do something because it's going to be like Columbia Land or South America Land or something, and
Oh yeah, it'll
they'll
probably
do
be
some
really
stuff with it.
cool.
Yeah. Here's Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah, walking.
Oh,
We
I love
kind of. I
Kevin.
mean, it was one of those. He was passing, and I just whipped my phone out and got as many. My wife making a silly face because it was happening
Because
so
it's
fast.
Kevin.
I want to say there was stuff at the safari too that was kind of Christmasized, but I guess I didn't get pictures of it. At some point, it's like you just become desensitized to everything that is, all the
That
Christmas
is
stuff that's
true.
around you.
And also by then it was New Year's, so maybe you were like, okay,
But yeah,
done.
this is my wife's favorite place to eat in all of Disney World. It's the restaurant, the Satuli's Canteen.
Oh, I love that place.
She loves it, and the fact that we can order on the app now. We ate there like three times when we went there in 2023 last year. So she just loves it. Yeah. So again, nighttime at Animal Kingdom. When we went, because it
Oh,
was 10 out of 10. Typically, what we do is we have park hoppers. We'll go to one park in the morning, go back and take a nap, and then go to a different park, and then we kind of have the daytime and the nighttime experience in all the parks, but not on the same days. We can kind of break things up and have a little bit of, a little variety in our planning itinerary. But because they were 10 out of 10s, when we were there for the holidays. And if you go at Christmas time, just know you're going. It's going to be 10 out of 10. Um, we would go as close to rope drop as we could and try to stay till close if possible, but there was no break in the middle. So we were really all
That's a
wiped out
lot.
by the end of the
Yeah.
day. Yeah, they were long, long days of us going around and doing what we
Yeah,
could.
because if you hop, you might not be able to get in the park, right? Because it's maxed out.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely
That's
Magic
why, right?
Kingdom. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we didn't want to risk that.
right.
Yeah. So here's a
Uh,
if you stand by the tree and step back, then everybody becomes little and the tree becomes big. What I
yeah.
should have done is had the kids and my wife come up, 5 feet, 10
Yeah,
feet from
right.
me and stand, back 50 feet from the tree, and then we would have had a good picture, but that's all right. Oh, here's so I did not take this, but you remember 2019 when Galaxy's Edge opened up.
That is might be my picture.
This might be your picture. This is us.
That's when I
So
was there. Well,
ev-
I was there when Rise of the Resistance opened.
yes, and this was Rise of the
Yeah,
Resistance.
I
Uh,
think that's my picture.
this is people at 5 in the morning. That might be your picture.
That was the
What
week I was there in December. It
in
was
December 5th,
happened
yeah.
to be, it just happened to be when that opened. Yeah,
And you
it
had to
was
go at like
amazing.
4 in the morning to get in
Yep.
at 7 so you could get on the ride. Yeah, otherwise you weren't going to make
It
it.
was crazy. What a day.
This is really cool. So the Wilderness Lodge actually has a guided tour, and they will walk you around and introduce you to Disney elements of the lodge, as well as its implications or its reflections of the national park system. And so they have a guy who's dressed like a park ranger, Ranger Jack or whatever his name is giving us this tour, and he takes us through and this is actually one of Walt's Carolwood Pacific Railroad cars, or a pair of them that are you
Cool.
can actually find there. This says 07734, but when you're sitting on the thing and look down, it says hello because it's upside down when you look down at it. But anyway, so that was really fun. But here's the tree
Yeah.
in this, and it's just like the one at the Grand Californian, right? The building is actually modeled very similarly. It's the Grand Californian, had the same architect. And so the tree in the middle goes, 50 feet up to the ceiling, and
It's amazing.
it's really amazing. Yeah. So it's worth checking out if you're there at Christmas time. I don't remember seeing the gingerbread house there, but I'm pretty sure they had one. Um, this is my nephew. This is a little bit of Christmas magic. He's in the pilot's chair. This we
In the
were
monorail.
when we went around to all the different resorts that day. Here we are at the gingerbread house where we bought the
Mhm.
gingerbread for the kids there. There was a small world themed, but the monorail pulled into the station, the door opened and the captain got out. And I asked him, because I was there with my nephew, everybody else had gone ahead of us. I just said, "Hey, can he go inside and look around?" And he goes, "Why don't you have him sit in the seat, take a picture of it?" And so he
That's
hopped in
so
the seat and
cool.
pretended like he was driving it. I just took a bunch of pictures. Here he is going beep 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 beep, pretending like he's pushing buttons. Yeah, that was
Wow, that's
really
so great.
that was really quite fun. So this was a coffee mug I didn't buy.
Oh,
The
wow.
Mandalorian had just come out, right? And Disney Plus had just launched, and they had this. It was like a metallic coffee mug, and the top of his head came off, and that's how you drank out of it. It had a handle on the backside of it. I don't know if I have a picture of that. Oh yeah, there's a little handle on the backside
Uh-huh.
of it. So I
Uh-huh.
didn't buy it. It was like 15, $16 or something like that. And I'd already bought a mug, and I had already bought a
Right.
hat, and I'd already bought a shirt. I was like, okay, well, I really want it, but I'm just gonna abstain. Then I get home and I look it up on eBay. $300 for
What?
the mug I wanted to buy for 16. I mean, they were sold out at the parks. This was the only place I ever even saw one. And when I got home, I was like
Dang.
kicking myself because I didn't buy it.
Should have got it.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the gingerbread. So all of that's edible. Like even the stuff in the background, like the little characters are made out of gingerbread. So it was pretty great. And we had little,
Amazing.
you know, frames you can take pictures and
Oh, right.
do silly, goofy things. This is the kids actually playing in the sand. That's not snow. We were at the Polynesian, went and got Dole Whips at the Pineapple
Oh,
and I,
right.
and yeah, and the kids wanted to play in the sand. So and the parents were tired. So we sat down and let the
Like,
kids play in the
fine, go
sand.
play in the sand.
Yeah. We enjoyed taking the boats everywhere. That's another really fun thing to do. If you've got a day off, you don't have to rush. You don't have to like get to the reservation at the hotel.
Yes.
You could just take a bus and then take a boat and then take a monorail and then take a Skyliner. I mean, like, you could just kind of take your time and do these things. It's a lot of fun. I think that might be the Polynesian or the I'm not sure where that's at, but
Yeah,
that's
I
one of
don't
the
know
other.
that one.
You know. All right, where are we going next? I don't think we went to Epcot on this trip, so you're not going to see. This is
Mm.
Hollywood Studios, so these are legit. Like, let's see, what time of day was it? This was 5:55 a.m.
Oh yeah.
at the front of the line because we'd already been there for some time. This was us coming up on it at 4:58. So at 5 a.m., this is us coming up to the back of the line. And then they let us into that front area. And this is me turning around, taking pictures of people behind us an hour later, right?
Yeah.
And then this is us finally getting through the turnstiles, and it was 6:09 a.m. Then they had us queued up. I got some pictures of the trees and stuff, but here we are, queued up over by Muppet Vision.
Okay.
So just be prepared if you're gonna go at Christmas time. You just don't know, like with the crowds. And
Was
then
that because of the Rise of the Resistance
it was
ride?
no, actually it wasn't. Rise of the Resistance hadn't opened yet.
Okay.
This was because of just Galaxy's Edge.
Hmm.
So did you ride Rise of the Resistance first in Disneyland or in Florida? It was in
No, it
Florida,
was
wasn't
in
it?
Florida. It was when
Yeah.
I was in Florida.
So Rise of the Resistance, I don't, well, let's see in the
Well, what's
pictures.
the
Maybe,
date? Because I was there in
you know
tw
what? It was
December
open.
2019.
And I think
This
we
is
had to
right
get,
after we were both there that same month, I think.
yeah. Yeah. This was in like January 3rd or something like that.
Yeah,
They
this is
walked,
right 2020. Yeah.
yeah, look at this. Look at the crowd here.
Yes,
That's
look at
people
that.
following me.
Did you guys get on it?
Well, what they did was this line was heading toward Smuggler's Run. So
Okay.
I'm just snapping, snapping, snapping. Everything you walk by is amazing. You know, then we round a corner and boom, there's the Millennium Falcon. In fact, I have a
Yes.
picture of my brother-in-law, like as soon as he notices it's the Millennium Falcon, like he's not even looking. He looks up at one point and he turns around and looks at me and he's just like, "Oh my goodness, it's the Millennium Falcon."
It's so
Um, I
cool.
can't find it on here, but I know that there was a moment where he was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Then they loop us around it. They take us through the line, and we went all the way back and rode Smuggler's Run. This is us from
Nice.
behind it.
It's so
Um,
cool in there.
yeah, here we are in the little, you know,
Yes.
that the last time we went, they wouldn't let us take a picture here. They were like rushing us through so fast. My wife was like,
Seriously.
she was kind of
Come
veering
on.
off to go sit down and get a picture, and they just like grabbed us and put us on the ride because they wanted to get people through that thing quick. I don't know if we rode. Yep, here we
You
are.
had to have a boarding group. That's
Group
right.
11. We
Yeah,
got
look
our
at
group
you.
number. So, you had to be on it like right at 7 a.m. So
Yeah.
we had four adults and one of the kids had a cell phone. We had them all set for timers. And as soon as they went off, like me and my sister-in-law were just like refresh, refresh, refresh. And I got group 11 for our group of eight. And we were, so this is my nephew. This was so, I have video of this. I'll share it with you. So look at
What?
this lady back here. There's a picture. I don't even know who she is, but she's in the background and
Uh-huh.
Google knows her. She looks just as miserable
Whoa, that's
in both
weird.
pictures. So my nephew for Halloween had dressed up as Darth Vader. And so they brought his Halloween costume and they put it on him. They had it in a backpack. And so right before we went to go for our boarding call for Rise of the Resistance, they put his little Darth Vader costume on.
Oh no.
So we
That's
go,
awesome.
here we are going on Rise of the Resistance, and here he is, on the little shuttle, and we get pulled into the Star Destroyer, and we're going through the thing. I have video here somewhere of him, and how the cast members like play with you.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. I think my nephew might have filmed it. Oh, there's the cantina. Anyway, so he's talking to one of the cast members, and they're like, "You realize, what you're dressed as?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm dressed as your boss." And he goes, "Yeah, but you realize that guy died." He goes, "No, I didn't. You're fired." It's just- it's,
Awesome.
it's like the funniest like 10 minutes of video from the whole trip because he's just not gonna take it from any of them. And he's like, "I'm your boss," and he's waving his lightsaber in their faces. And they're dressed, all in their first order costumes and stuff, and
Oh my
like
gosh, you
being
need to
being
post that somewhere. That sounds really entertaining.
yeah, it's in here somewhere. It is very entertaining, and he's like 9 or something, so he's like
Yeah,
totally in their faces
perfect.
and stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's
Uh, we
great.
we went to this is one I think I know I've told you about this, but here's video of it, actual evidence. When we went to the cantina, why can't I think of the name of it? Oga's.
Yeah, Ogas, yeah.
My sister-in-law brought cards and we played Skip-Bo because we knew there was like a
I
45
love
minute where
that.
you had to like, you had the table for 45 minutes. Yeah.
Right.
You had to order so many drinks and they gave us like the table in the corner for all 8 of us. And so we had it
So
all to
you
ourselves. So
played
she pulls out the
Skip-Bo.
Skip-Bo cards and we started playing a game of Skip-Bo while talking about our drinks and all the
Oh
silliness.
my gosh, that is great. I have played Skip-Bo in a lot of places, sort of like this, where like you're waiting for a flight or you're in a hotel or
Yep.
whatever, but never in a Oga's cantina.
With some, it's something small you can stick in a bag and take with you. It's not like
I
we were
love
gonna bring
it.
like dominoes or something. They weigh 20
Right.
pounds, but you bring a deck of cards, you can have a little, and it's a gambling kind of a
It's
place, right? Like not that we were
yeah,
gambling
like
with
it
Skip-Bo,
makes
but
sense that you would play cards in there.
yeah, so that
That's
was fun.
great.
And of course, then the I have video of the bartenders were doing like a little show. So I got up and
Oh, cool.
filmed them doing their thing. There's the crowd clapping and they're going around and singing their song and doing their little dance and clapping and having a jolly good time. It was fun. That was our first time in there and it was a lot of fun. Anyway, not very Christmassy, but but then you get out into the rest of Hollywood Studios and there's like Christmas decorations and stormtroopers. And they don't really go
Yeah,
together, but
it's kind of mixed up.
yeah.
But no Christmas decorations in Galaxy's Edge.
No Christmas in
They don't
Galaxy's
have
Edge.
Christmas
They don't
there.
celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ
No,
in
that's not part of
Batu.
their
It's not,
culture.
yeah.
They haven't had any
They,
missionaries successfully get out there
no,
so
yeah,
far.
they have yet to meet their risen Savior, and so this was fun, very Christmassy because it's if I don't even know if it's still
Oh,
there. I think it is, but the
Frozen.
the Frozen sing along, the jokes are very topical, and so they
Yeah.
had Christmas jokes it mixed in with the rest of it, and
Oh,
so
that's fun.
there's even a Frozen short that takes place at Christmas time, and so
Oh,
I don't remember exactly if they worked in any of the songs, but they might have, and um, did the Indiana Jones thing, and my sister-in-law actually got picked to go down there and be one of the people in the,
wow.
down there. And so that was the second time that's actually happened to her. She's got the gift. She knows how to wave her hands just
I
right, so they
guess.
pick her out of the crowd.
Oh, funny.
Oh, Christmas lights. Well, now these are always there, but you can't help but notice them at Christmas time at Toy Story
Sure.
Land. They have the Christmas lights in Andy's backyard, the string of Christmas lights that are as big as you are.
Yeah.
And the kids being silly and goofy and yeah, no Christmas decorations in Galaxy's Edge, but definitely recommend going there at night if you ever,
So,
if any,
yeah, exactly. The lighting's amazing.
there's the Hollywood Studios tree. Like I said, we tried to get pictures of everything. I've talked this entire hour about my
Well,
trip.
you had a heck of a trip. I mean, you guys, um, you guys just did so much.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I'll have to find that video of him talking to the cast members and doing telling them they're fired and that he's their boss and
I totally want to see that. Post that in our Disney Hack Pack group or something if
okay.
you can.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. So you had a list. Did you still want to go down that or
No, it's okay. Well, let me see what's on it that you didn't already cover. I mean, the main thing is it's almost everything on my list is like the decorations.
Mm.
I mean, it's like the bride overlays, the Christmas trees, the snow, all of that is so much of it. Here, let's see if I have any pictures that will complement that what you were just showing. Let's see. Okay, so here's you see my gingerbread house.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, at Disneyland, the Haunted
Mm,
Mansion has the ride overlay, so that's probably worth mentioning.
for sure. And I've
Um,
never done it. I've always wanted to. I've never done the what do they call it? The
Haunt,
Nightmare
yeah, it's the Haunted Mansion holiday,
Haunted
but
Mansion holiday. Yeah.
it's Nightmare Before Christmas themed. So it's Halloween. It goes all the way. It's Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
So you just have to go from around the beginning of September until the beginning of January, and you can see it. So you're gonna
Yeah.
get there one day.
One of these days, I'm just gonna book a flight and go.
But it's really cool. And the music's different and the theming inside is different. And like they decorate the they decorate the in oh, that was cool. They decorate in the graveyard even. They put ribbons on the pet cemetery and all
That's
that.
awesome. And they have a whole
Um,
new pet cemetery now, don't they?
oh yeah, which I haven't seen yet because they just redid all that. I
Yeah. And the
think
queue
it's
line.
open. Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, like this
Oh,
is a
yeah.
small world. So
Unbelievable. Yeah.
yeah, and I pretty sure I actually don't remember, but I'm pretty sure inside the small world they have like a some Christmassy stuff.
They do. They'll
But
dress up some of the characters and yeah.
yeah, which is cool. So these lights are amazing. And this trip I was with a friend and we went on the ride right at dusk. And when we came out of the tunnel to come outside, all the lights came on. It was an amazing moment.
Just
Yeah, it was
blasts
just
you
like
all of a
all of
sudden.
a sudden, all these Christmas lights, and everybody is watching, and they're like, "Ooh!" And we're just like, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, it's just beautiful. And then of course, the
Oh yeah.
castle in
That's so great.
Disneyland
I love the
is
Disneyland castle. It bothers me when people make fun of its size, but
it's the
I think it's
best.
just architecturally it's really just quite beautiful. And look at the center of the hub there with the Christmas trees around
I
the partner
know.
statue.
Yeah. So there, Oh, and you can meet Santa too.
That's one thing we didn't talk about at Epcot because I didn't go. We didn't talk about it at Epcot at the different World Showcase pavilions.
Yeah.
That they'll have like the Norway version of Santa or the German version of Santa or the
Really?
French version of Santa. Then you can go meet Santa like I don't know, like
What?
7 or 8 of the different, yeah, because they don't have them in Japan or China, but you can go meet the different kinds of Santas at the different pavilions, and there's a different Santa in the French culture than there is in the
That's so
Norwegian culture, and it's
right.
interesting, yeah.
Oh, well, it was very fun to see the Disney Santa. You can also meet Jack and Sally. And then
That's
you can
cool.
probably in Disney World too, but because of the Haunted Mansion overlay, then Jack and Sally are a big part of it. And then the place that really gets decorated is Cars Land.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And the same for Halloween, which we've talked about before.
Yeah, they have like a Dracula mater, and then here they've
Yeah,
got like a Santa
exactly.
mater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Here's the Santa meter.
that's so awesome.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And they have a holiday festival at
Of
California
course they do.
Adventure. Here's my beer. Um,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah.
A
But
festival? The Disney park?
yeah, exactly. And that's another thing at Christmas festival, like that California Adventure has that. Epcot has their version of the Christmas festival. And then there's, all kinds of other holiday parties too, which I've never done the Christmas parties.
Nope,
So
me neither. And they're very popular.
here's on the Haunted Mansion.
That's awesome. It's going like in great 2 different directions.
Yeah, and here's my gingerbread cookie that I already ate some of. But I
Nice.
always this is at home. See, I
Yeah,
buy,
back
I
in
buy,
Seattle.
yeah, I buy the cookies and bring them home now because I crave that.
Mm.
But but yeah, so there's just a whole bunch of reasons to go.
Show me the
Here's
tree in the Grand Californian. Oh, that's cool too. That's a
yeah,
beautiful
doing the
picture. That's a postcard.
I know that was my for a very long time until recently that was my phone background. My like wallpaper.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the Grand Californian,
Look at
there's
that.
the yeah, it's already kind of it's a lodge, right? So it feels Christmassy.
Mm,
But these
mm-hmm. Mm,
details,
that's beautiful.
I know I have a whole bunch of pictures of just like up close of the stuff on that tree and everything. But yeah, so anyway, I think both of us would agree that it's worth a trip.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you were going to pick a time of year to go, for me, I would recommend during that. The best time is like if you can go right between Halloween and Christmas time, so you kind of get both.
Yeah.
But Christmas season is just awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
I got to show you my hat too. This is my hat I got. And it says best day ever
Oh,
in
that's, oh yeah, it's kind of hard to read,
sequins.
but I can see
Yeah.
that's in glitter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so the merch, there's special merch too.
I
Like you,
said earlier that I thought that the tree went up the day after Thanksgiving, but it might have been November 1st. It might have been the day after Halloween that they put the tree up. Because I think
oh, I bet that's right.
at least back then, I don't know if they do that now, but back then, I think now they've got like several tiers of different holiday theming that they roll through so that they can capture all of it, monetarily. They can sell Thanksgiving stuff just as easily as they can Christmas stuff, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
this was November. So the both the times I've been to Disney, both the times? No, I've only been there one time at Disneyland when it was Christmas time, and I could see the date on my picture here, November 15th.
Okay, so it
So
was
it
Christmas
was
Eve
after
and
Halloween.
yeah.
It was before Thanksgiving,
Okay, well that's good
and
to know.
everything was there. Santa was there, all that stuff.
So definitely go early in November or early in December if you want to avoid the crowds. But if you want to go right at Christmas time, it's actually one of the best times of the year, I think, to go. I would have loved to actually have been at Disneyland or Disney, like at Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day. It would have been really fun.
Yes.
Did you ever watch the parades? They
Oh yeah, back in the day.
Back in the
I
day,
haven't
they would have
watched
like the
them lately,
Christmas
but
morning parade on
yeah.
ABC or something, and it would be like
Mm-hmm.
going down Main Street at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they'd have all these
Mm-hmm.
celebrities, and you just see all these people that I remember as a kid thinking all these people doing it at Disneyland on Christmas Day,
Right.
but then as I got older, I thought, well, that's kind of a neat idea, actually.
It is. It's like, especially if you go with people that you might already be spending Christmas with, because nobody
Yeah,
has to make a big dinner or any of that stuff. You can all just go and kind of be kids in the Christmas in and have that kids Christmas that
yeah,
we don't get now as adults, you know? So, yeah, everybody should think about doing that.
yeah, absolutely. We're just Disney shills. We're just gonna sell it all day long.
I know. We got to make this, we got to figure out a way to monetize this.
Hey, Disney, if you're watching, you know where to send the check.
Exactly. Well, that seems like a good place to stop the YouTube. I don't think anybody watched us, but if somebody watches this in the future, we appreciate your doing so. Comment. I will notice if you write a comment, I'll get a note. Thank you, Joey, for for getting us back out there to do some of this. This is really fun.
Yeah, you bet. We'll get to do it again in the new year.
Yes, we will. And hopefully Melanie can join us in our next one too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say bye to YouTube. Thank you.